Good morning, everybody. This is Stephanie coming to you from Texas Health Huguley Fitness Center. I have my daughter here today, Lily. We're going to do another family yoga session for you guys. We got some really good feedback that a lot of y'all enjoyed it. You were able to do it with your kids, your whole family even. So that's what we're going to do today. It's going to be different than last time. We're going to start on the mat and then we'll progress. We are going to do some standing poses, really working on our upper body a little bit today. Some leans, some side positions, and even some balancing toward the end. So we're going to get started. Before you start, I just want to let you know you can be barefoot, just like Lily is. Okay, you don't need shoes. I'm wearing a tennis shoe to balance out my boot on my other foot, so I'll be a little bit more even. But you do not need any shoes for this. You really don't need any equipment. You can lay on your carpet and do this. You can lay out a yoga mat if you have one at home, or even a just big beach towel. But that's it. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Let's go down to our mat. We're gonna start in our relaxation pose. So you're gonna lay all the way down on your mat. You can just relax through your hips. Your feet can go sideways. They can stay up, whatever's comfortable for you. I want you to think about relaxing through your shoulders right here. That your upper body is just sinking down into that mat. Starting to take just some nice even breaths right here. Releasing every bit of tension. Bring our feet up to the mat slowly. So we'll take one foot up to the mat and then the other. As you hold here, I want you to think about releasing your lower back. Okay, that natural curve of your spine is totally okay here, but with the feet on the mat and the knees elevated, you should be able to really drop your lower back closer to the mat. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Our arms are going to wrap around the outside of the knees, bringing them in towards your chest. You can take a little side-to-side rock here, kind of massaging your back into the mat. Good. Now as you hold center, think about just releasing your breath, lowering your shoulders back down toward the floor. So you're really relaxed through the upper body. Bringing those knees in should have really rounded out your lower back so it's nice and rounded, pressing into the mat. Moving into our reclining twist, we'll take both arms out to the sides. So they're like a letter T. Palms are going to face up toward the ceiling. I'm going to bring my knees right over my hips into a 90-degree angle. And I'm going to keep my knees bent so my feet are coming straight out to that other wall. As you exhale, go ahead and pick a side, and we're going to lower all the way down to that side. Our opposite shoulder needs to stay on the floor. So if you took your legs to your right side, you want your left shoulder still touching your mat or your carpet or your towel, whatever you're laying on. Nice deep breaths here, really opening across the chest, filling that chest with air and then blowing it out nice and slow. Now your legs may not come all the way to the floor here, that's okay. You can take them as close as possible to the floor. as you inhale, we're going to pick the legs up, deep breath in, lift the legs. And as you exhale, go on over to the other side. We ran into each other. Yes, we did. Good. So remembering a few things in this reclining twist. Wherever your legs are, your opposite shoulder is going to stay on the floor. We're really opening through the chest. Nice deep breaths. Thinking about relaxing that shoulder closer and closer, deeper into the floor. Deep breath in, pick the knees back up. And let's take our feet straight up toward the ceiling here. We're going to flex our feet. So it's like the soles of your feet are touching the ceiling. If you need to, you can take your hands to the back of the legs and hold on nice and tight right here to keep them up. If you don't need to, just relax those arms back down toward the mat. Good, now we're going to point our toes straight up to the ceiling. Really push, push, push. Good, stretching out the tops of the feet, keeping the foot in alignment so the ankle is just flexing straight up. And now flex those feet. Pull the toes back towards your shins. And one more time, point through your toes. Good, really reaching up for the ceiling. Nice long legs. Try not to bend your knees here. Keep reaching those toes straight up. And relax the feet. Let's hug the knees into the chest again. Hands just coming to the top of each leg. Relaxing those shoulders down. Excellent. Go ahead and tuck your hands in right behind your knees, and we're going to rock ourselves all the way up to a seated position and flipping over to our hands and knees here. So we're on all fours or a tabletop position. You want your hand to be right under your shoulder, your knees to be right under your hips, so they're not pulled in, but they're not too far back either. Directly under your hips here. We're going to start just with our gaze straight down toward the floor. So we have a neutral spine here. That means we're not lifting it, we're not dropping it. It's nice and flat, just whatever your natural spine looks like. Good. Your weight is going to be shared by your hands and your knees here. We're going to get started with our cat pose. As you inhale, we're going to round the spine up toward the ceiling, pulling your chin in. We're going to go ahead and tuck that tailbone in so your belly button is pulling way in towards your back. We're going to hold here for a few deep breaths. So inhaling and exhaling on your own, whatever feels comfortable timing for you. I want you to use those hands, press into the floor. And let's drop it into cow. So my head and my tailbone lift up. My belly drops down toward the floor. This is that kind of arched back position. We're meant to be lengthening through our abdominals here, giving those a nice stretch. So it's not a forced arch of the back. It's just a relaxation. And once more, we're going to take it back to cat. Go ahead and round in, press up. See if you can reach your spine a little bit taller to the ceiling this time. take it back to cow. Good. Just lifting your gaze to whatever is natural for you. Trying to lift that tailbone up to the ceiling a little bit. Good. Go ahead and come back to your neutral spine. From here, we're going to sit straight back into our child's pose. So our seat comes straight back toward our heels. You can walk your hands out farther if you need to. And then we lower the forehead down toward the floor. Now it's okay if your forehead doesn't come to the floor. It's okay if your seat does not touch your heels all the way. Whatever is comfortable for you, that's what yoga is. All right, go ahead and press it forward back into your hands. We're going to walk those hands in and come all the way up to standing. So we're going to start in our mountain pose right here. So my feet are just hip width apart. My toes are facing straight toward the front of the room. Okay, shoulders are down and relaxed. As you inhale, deep breath in, both arms come all the way up. As you exhale, we're going to dive forward. So we're going to keep our back straight. You're going to come down nice and slow, all the way down to those legs. Once you're down, you can relax everything over. This is your forward fold. This is meant to be a rejuvenation pose. So you're really just relaxing into it, relaxing your neck and your shoulders and your spine. Now, if you prefer, you can take your hands to your legs here to help give you a little bit of support, or you can just relax everything forward. All right, now we reverse our dive up. So we're going to straighten our back, arms come out to the sides. We bring it up nice and slow, all the way to the top. If you can, touch those fingertips and relax it down. Good, we're gonna do that one more time. Deep breath in. Reach it all the way up. Exhale, open and dive forward, long, long back. Coming all the way down to those legs and release it into your forward fold. And let's reverse dive up. Hands come to the sides, reaching those fingertips out. Lengthen through your back. Get taller, all the way up. And release. Great job, you guys. Go ahead and shake that out a little bit. Relax through your shoulders again. We're gonna stay in this mountain pose with our feet. So they're hip width apart. Make sure they're not too close. Okay, we want a little bit of space right there. We're gonna go into some side stretches. As you inhale, we're gonna reach our left arm up. All the way to the top. As you exhale, slide your right hand down your leg. Good, our left fingertips are gonna stay reaching straight up to the top. And I don't want you to stick out that left hip. Everything's gonna stay in line right here. We're just seeing how low we can go, taking that left side and stretching it out. Good, just relaxing through the neck. If you feel comfortable here, you can turn and look at that left hand. Good, bring your body back up. And then we're gonna reach that hand out wide. Good, really pressing down from your shoulder. Other side, reach the right hand up as you inhale. As you exhale, take it all the way down the leg. Good, be sure you're not leaning into one side or the other. Relaxing through the head here, or gazing up at that extended hand. All right, go ahead and bring your body up. And then we'll take that hand down nice and slow. Good, we're gonna open across the chest. You're gonna take both hands behind you. And if you can kind of just clasp your fingers or hold on, yeah, whatever's comfortable for you, okay? Keeping your feet in that mountain pose. And we're gonna take a deep breath in, straighten the arms, open the chest. Good, lift your chin just slightly. We're gonna hold here for just a couple of breaths. Really think about opening across one shoulder all the way to the other shoulder. Filling that chest up with air, stretching it out. Good, keep your hands there. We're gonna dive forward. So your chest goes first. And as you come up, your hands come up. All right, now go ahead and release those hands. We're just gonna take them down toward the floor. Be sure the top of your head is dropped down here. So we're back in our forward fold position. This time we're gonna roll up. So I want you to bend your knees just a little bit. We're gonna tug our hips under and just work through the back, one tiny little centimeter at a time. Woo, coming all the way up, relax those shoulders. Excellent job, you guys. We're gonna step our feet out wide here. So, as I step my feet out, they're definitely wider than my hips, okay? My toes are gonna turn just slightly out toward the corners. Doesn't have to be straight to the sides because that's not comfortable for most people. So I want you to point your toes to the corners, whatever degree of your hip is comfortable for you, okay? Now we're gonna go ahead and take one foot and turn it all the way to the side. That means my knee faces the side as well, okay? Arms are gonna come up halfway, right here like a letter T. We're gonna bend that right knee that we just turned out. We're gonna sink it down over our toes. Good, as you hold right here, be sure you're not leaning your body toward that bent knee. Our body is straight up. We have a nice strong leg. My knee isn't going past my toes. It's just going over my toes. Good, now whichever side you're going to, take that arm. It's gonna come down to your knee and we're gonna stretch over the top. Good, now as you hold here, here's one way to cheat and I don't want you to do it. I don't want you to straighten that bottom leg. I want you to keep that knee bent. Keep sinking a little bit lower if you can. This is our side angle pose. So we're trying to look like a diagonal line from our fingertips all the way down to our other foot. Good, now we're gonna bring just our body up. Keep that knee bent. This is our warrior two pose, as some of you may know. Stay right here. Now ready, straighten your leg. Ooh, shake it out. Good job, we're gonna take it to the other side. So kind of walk your feet in if you need to. We're gonna take our other foot, turn it all the way to the side, which means my knee goes to the side as well. All right, let's find that warrior two. As you inhale, both arms up halfway. As you exhale, we're gonna bend that knee, whichever knee you didn't already do. Sink it down into a nice warrior two. Remember, you're coming straight up with your body, like a string is attached to your head. We're just sinking a little bit lower into that knee. Feel free to fix your feet if you need to. If you need to walk one foot in, walk one foot out, whatever's comfortable for you. Now we take that arm, we put it on the knee, and we stretch over. We're crisscross now. Good, remember, don't straighten that bottom knee. Keep it bent, keep sinking down. Stretch into that side angle pose. Good, nice strong legs. Really push your feet into the floor. And ready, we're gonna bring up just the upper body. Here we go, bring it all the way up to warrior two. Straighten your leg. Woo, shake it out. Good job, I'm gonna step my feet back in. We're gonna take it to a quick dive into our forward fold. Remember, we've done this one already, so we're in mountain pose. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, open and dive. Good, reach your head out toward the front of the room. Come all the way down and relax into that forward fold. Remember, if you need your hands on your legs, you can. But be sure your neck at least is always released. Drop your head down toward the floor. And let's roll it up again this time. So we bend the knees a little bit, tuck those hips under, roll it up. Good, shoulders and head are gonna be the last things to come up. Great job. We're going back to some more side work, some side stretches. This is called our triangle pose, and I'm sure a lot of you already know this one. We're gonna start similar to our side angle pose that we just did. Okay, I'm gonna turn my right foot out to the side, but this time my right leg is gonna stay straight. I still want my knee facing the same way as my toe. I want you to bring your arms up halfway, but have your palms face me this time. So you can wiggle your fingers, your palms are facing me. Good, now we're gonna keep our upper body straight. High five, triangle pose, high five. And we're gonna fold from our hips. So keep really tall and bend over, tip over, just like a teapot. Tip, 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 tip to wherever you feel like you need to stop. Okay, now if you feel like your feet aren't in a good place, go ahead and adjust your feet. If you need to, you can take this bottom hand and put it on your leg right here. Okay, that's gonna give you a little bit of support. If you don't need that support, we're just gonna keep our palms facing to the front. Good, one more deep breath right here. All right, now straight as an arrow, bring it all the way up. Very nice, relax your arms. Let's flip it around to the other side. So I'm gonna turn my other toes to that wall. Remember, my knee always goes with it, so does my hip. Good, I'm gonna face you. Arms come up. High five, okay? Good, now get real tall. And now we start to tip over into that triangle pose. What we're shooting for is that our fingertips are straight up and down, like a long line across the shoulders from the ceiling to the floor. That's what we're shooting for. That may not be where you are today. You may have your hand for support right here on your bottom leg. That's okay. You may still be up here a little bit, working on that side stretch. That's okay. Wherever you are today is okay. I want you to really push those feet into the floor. Be sure your shoulders staying open. We don't want to fold down toward our leg. We're open. Ready? Get super tall. We're going to bring it all the way back up. And shake it out. Let's stay here for our wide forward fold this time. I am going to turn my toes so they're back to the front. So my feet are parallel, but they're staying wider than my hips this time. As you inhale, both arms all the way up. Exhale, open and dive. Good, come all the way down. This time you can take your hands to the floor, or you can still take your hands to your legs for support. We're gonna relax that neck, so hang everything forward. You should be able to shake your head, yes and no. All right, let's roll it up. We're gonna soften those knees a little bit. We're gonna tug our hips under and tiny bit at a time. Whew, good job, you guys. I want us to go ahead and walk our feet in. You feel good? Yeah? Okay, now it's time for a little bit more work though. We're gonna be working on our balance here, okay? A standard yoga pose that a lot of you guys might know is our tree pose. So that's what we're gonna start with. I want you to stand on your right leg first, okay? That's gonna be our standing leg, our balancing leg. Now our left foot, you can start right here, and Lily can show it a little bit better because of my boot. But her ball of the foot is on the floor, and her heel is touching her leg. That's a great place to start as we start working through our balance. Option 2 is to bring that leg up to your calf muscle, okay? As you lift the leg though, we're also turning that knee out. Option 3, you can even use your hand right here. Bring it all the way up to the inside of your thigh. So I want you to find whatever place works for you. We're gonna bring our palms together right in front of the chest. My shoulders are down, and I want you to focus on balancing. You want to be looking at something that is not moving right now. You also want to try to maintain that breath. Don't hold your breath as you're balancing. And I want you to think about a string again being attached to the top of your head, lifting you straight up. Good, we're going to hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. Woo! We did it. All right, shake it out a little bit. Now this is not my good side to balance on. You may have one of those too, so that is okay, but we're gonna try to shift it to the other side. So my left leg is gonna be my standing leg or my balancing leg this time. I'm gonna pull my right foot in so the ball of my foot is to the floor and the heel is touching my leg. I'm gonna stay right here today. Now if you choose, you can take it up. You can take it all the way up and balance right there, whatever is comfortable for you. I want you to find a position you feel like you can hold. We're gonna bring our palms together, right in front of the chest, press those shoulders down, get super tall for me. That string is coming straight up out the top of your head. Nice even breath, find something to focus on. Good, here's our 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly bring it down. Good, shake that out. All right, back to our mountain pose. We're gonna rejuvenate one more time here. That means we're gonna release it all forward. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, open and dive down into your forward fold. Good, be sure you're dropping the head and the shoulders down to the floor. As you're holding here, try not to go back into your heels or forward to your toes. We want our weight to be on our whole foot right here. So we're right in the center of our body. And let's roll it up. Soften the knees. Tuck the hips forward. Roll it all the way up. Good. We're going to bring it down to our mat to go ahead and start finishing up. We've got a little bit more. So go ahead and come on down. And you can come all the way down to your back, but leave your knees to the ceiling. So I'm gonna walk my feet in just a little bit. Go ahead and relax that upper body down. Remember, in this position, our lower back should be released. So it's closer to the floor now than it usually is. Want your shoulders to be relaxed. We're gonna take our feet out a little bit wider, okay? And we're gonna take both our knees toward the front of the room. And this is our windshield wipers, okay? Both shoulders should stay on the floor. Your back is gonna come off the floor, that's okay. And the knees are just coming as low as they can. All right, bring your knees up and over, like the windshield wipers going across your car, go over to the other side. These windshield wipers are nice and slow though, not like the ones on your car. the center. This time we're going to walk our feet all the way in toward the center, and as you come into your butterfly, you're going to turn your feet so that the soles of your feet are up against each other. Now to get the deepest stretch here, I want you to think about having your heels as close to your body as you can. If you want a lighter stretch, you're just going to slide your feet out from your body a little ways. We don't want to try to force those knees down. We want to just relax through our hips and let your knees fall wherever they may. And then the more you do this pose, and the more you do yoga and stretch, the more your knees will open up as your hips open. Through your whole back, through your shoulders. We're going to bring one knee into the chest. Doesn't matter which one. We'll do both sides. Just hug it in, press it in really tight. My hands are just on top of my knee right here. And let's extend it all the way up. So this is going to give us a hamstring stretch down the back of our leg. This one's a slightly easier version. If you want to make it a little harder, you can take your bent knee and extend it out along the floor. For a really great deep stretch, we're going to try to leave our knee straight, so it's extended behind your knee. If you want a little bit lighter stretch, feel free to bend that knee and take it just a little bit easier. Good, bend that knee back in. And let's take that foot to the mat. If you step that leg all the way out, go ahead and pull it in, or just pick it up off the floor. We want to do our second leg right here, and extend it all the way up. Good, remember, a nice long leg is going to be a deeper stretch. So if you're extending all the way behind your knee, that's going to be pretty deep. Okay, deep for the hamstrings. If you need to make it easier, bend the knee a little bit. Also, Lily's doing a harder version right here. If you want a deeper stretch, slide that other foot all the way out along the mat. But I'm also going to try on this foot because all right, go ahead and bend that knee back in. And you can take that foot to the mat. We're going to find our relaxation pose. So I want you to soften your arms. We're going to extend both legs. Okay? And then adjust yourself if you need to. This should be a place where you feel super comfortable lying for just a few moments. So if you need to move your shoulders, adjust your feet, whatever feels good for you, that's where you should be right here. Try to think about nothing happening except your breath. You're not fidgeting. You're just focused on inhaling and exhaling. As we hold right here for one more moment, I want you to think about what your day needs to look like next. Maybe you're finished with your job for today, or you're finished with school for today. Maybe this is how you're starting your day. Yes, we have to start school after this. All right, to get up from this position, we're just going to gently roll over to one side. And using our hands, help push yourself up. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed our yoga session today. This is a yoga session you can do as many times a week as you want, and hopefully you guys will get a great stretch out of it, just like we did. I want to thank my little assistant, Lily, for helping me out with this today so she could show some of the options and show that kids can do yoga too. It's for everybody. All right, bye you guys.